Hi, I'm Mark Strollo, and I'm here to tell you today about the J-Flight travel trailer, the #1 selling travel trailer in the country. And I feel very privileged to take some time today and speak to you about it. There are some significant differences between this and other trailers that are built out on the market, and I want to take the time to explain a little bit about them to you. Again, the J-Flight travel trailer line is the #1 selling travel trailer line in the country, and there are some really big difference. I'm going to start out with the construction. The construction of a Jayco J-Flight is significantly different than others out there. The studding in the walls is 16 inches on center. Now, I know a lot of manufacturers may say that this really is 16 inches on center. So the wall studs are closer together. In some instances, maybe 10 inches closer together than some other manufacturers out there. Again, the J-Flight travel trailer line is the #1 selling travel trailer this is their 9th year running. So there are some reasons for that, mainly construction. 16 inches on center is a really big deal with the Jayco travel trailers. The flooring in a Jayco travel trailer is plywood. That is significantly different than most other travel trailers out there. Numerous other brands use a particle board or sawdust glued together, or whatever you want to call it, OSB. Not necessarily the safest stuff out there, and certainly not as long lasting as a plywood floor. So again, the construction with a J-Flight is part of its main difference between them and other trailers out there. Additional structural features that you'd really want to know about, in addition to the 16 inches on center, the plywood floor, they actually use 10-inch outriggers. So what actually holds the sidewalls up in the travel trailer is a really long outrigger. It's 10 inches. In fact, they're no farther apart than 3 feet. So roughly 3 feet. Most travel trailer manufacturers are going to have 6-inch outriggers, 5-inch outriggers. These are very durable. So 10-inch outriggers, really big deal. So again, plywood floor, 16 inches on center, 10-inch outriggers. These are part of the things that make this travel trailer the #1 selling travel trailer for 9 years running. A lot of really cool things that Jayco has done over the last year upgrading is, for example, most travel trailers will have one outlet. We have 2 sets of outlets. So you actually have your own designated outlet for, people like to use the awning lights or those types of things, but you actually have two sets of outlets on the outside, which is awesome. Coming over to the middle section of the travel trailer here, this is part of the most unique thing about the Jayco travel trailer is the whole entrance. It's I like to call it like the grand entrance. It's significantly different than most any other trailer out there, and I want to take the time to tell you about it. First of all, we use a triple entry step, and they're called the name for it is Jayco calls it the Big Easy. And the reason why they say that is because they're actually 10-inch landing pads, and most travel trailers are, half. They could be as small as like 5 or 6-inch landing pads. These are really big, wide 10-inch landing pads, and it's a triple step, so super easy to get inside. Again, these are called the Big Easy, kind of a fancy name for just an easy way to get in and out of your travel trailer. Another neat thing they did this year is they put a light underneath the steps. All Jayco travel trailers are going to have that light underneath the step, which is kind of neat, helping to get in and out real easy. Also, most other travel trailers out on the market right now have a 28-inch wide door. This is 30, so it's going to be super easy to get in and out. It's also 72 inches tall, so to have a super wide opening, a really tall door is a big advantage. And they also have a grab handle that's standard. So just if you take the time to really do the research on, why is this trailer the #1 selling trailer on the market? Well, these are all a few of the things. Big easy steps, light underneath, tall entry, wide entrance, just a great way to get in and out. A couple other things on the exterior that I want to mention that makes the Jayco part of the reasons why Jayco is the #1 selling travel trailer in the country. It's got a 2-year warranty. That's actually a really big deal. So anything that goes wrong in that second year, you wouldn't have to pay for anything. Where most manufacturers only have a 1-year warranty, this gives you a full extra camping season to that you wouldn't have to pay for anything. So really big deal. Again, #1 selling travel trailer in the country. There's some major structural differences between this and other trailers out there, and it's important to kind of get an idea of what they are. Another big deal, it's actually one of my favorite features. It has Goodyear tires. Very rare to see that tire on an RV travel trailer. That is a major advantage. If you're traveling, 1,000 miles away from home and you have a flat tire, would you rather have a Goodyear or a no-name brand tire? And that's one of the reasons why Jayco is the number one selling travel trailer in the country, is because they use all these things. There are some significant differences. Also, if you can get a good shot of the exterior of a J-Flight, you'll notice something. They have a significant amount of windows. This has got 6 or 8 windows just on the side of the trailer. Super, super high-end look. Okay, and I'll show you a few things on the back side here, and then I'll take you on the inside and show you a bunch of other neat things. Again, just to recap, the Jayco J-Flight really is the number one selling travel trailer in the country for 9 years running. So there are some significant differences between this and other trailers out there. I mean, there really is a reason why that this trailer is sold more than any other trailer out there. So it's kind of important to really look at some of these differences and kind of compare when you're shopping out there. And I think you'll find that as far as longevity, resale value, durability, the Jayco J-Flight, hands down, is the smartest way to go in purchasing a travel trailer. A couple of the neat things on the back side: the Jayco travel trailer uses really, really high-end windows. People just think, oh, it's just a regular window and all travel trailer windows are the same. Well, they're really not. This part of it folds out so you can open up these in the rain. So it's like an awning style window. So really, really high-end windows, and they also have black window frames, which are great. So it keeps the trailer looking super clean. The exterior of a Jayco J-Flight, this is actually a great place to show it. The siding is more of a residential style aluminum. There really is a difference between this and most other manufacturers out there, because it's just a thicker, heavier gauge aluminum, which will hold up much longer in the future, and it just looks a lot better. So really good quality, heavy gauge aluminum. This feature here is a really unique feature. I actually just learned it recently, and I just wanted to kind of point this out. This is one of the highest and most expensive hot water heaters you can buy. Significantly different than most others out there. In fact, it actually costs about $500 more than most hot water heaters. Number one, it's an aluminum tank. Almost no travel trailers are using this hot water heater because it's so expensive, but Jayco does. It's an aluminum tank. The actual tank that holds the hot water heater is aluminum. Therefore, you don't have to have an anode rod. And what that anode rod does in most any other travel trailer manufacturers, it actually pulls the sediments from a steel tank, which actually deteriorates over time, and you end up having to replace that anode rod once a year. Here, you don't have that. All you have is just a plug. So again, aluminum tank. It's gas, electric, and it's also electric ignition. So super, super high-end hot water heater, 6-gallon hot water heater, very, very different than other hot water heaters out there. So these are some of the things that you'd want to look for in a travel trailer. Again, it's an aluminum tank. It's longer lasting. You don't need an anode rod. It's gas and electric. Significantly different than others out there. So really important feature. It's kind of like in a car, like when you buy a car, some have more options than others. Some have a sunroof, some don't. This has a really high-end hot water heater. It's about $500 more than most other hot water heaters out there. So really cool feature. Another great feature about the Jayco is actually has two 37.5-gallon freshwater tanks. Almost no travel trailer manufacturer out there is doing that. Again, another reason why the Jayco travel trailer line is the number one selling travel trailer in the country right now. Mostly because its durability, its longevity. We talked about its warranty a little bit, but the fact that it has 75-gallon freshwater tank, the benefits of that are literally endless. So that's a really big deal. In fact, you can actually see the two drains right there for the two freshwater tanks, which is kind of neat. So again, all these things are just things you don't see in a travel trailer. It's extremely rare to see a 2-year warranty. Very rare to see a plywood floor. Very rare to see a super high-end hot water heater like this. Awesome company. Jayco's been around for 44 years. So if you buy a Jayco, one of the things that you get with it is longevity, durability, and resale. So, and it's all because of how it's put together. It's construction, it's options. Those types of things. So a couple of more things around the front here I'd love to show you. All of the Jayco travel trailers have a really, really wide opening for their storage barns. They're on average about 20% wider than most other trailers out there. So important stuff, because You can fit a lawn chair in there. You can fit maybe a small cooler or it's extra camping gear. So that's a really big deal. And just to recap a couple of things, I know I keep recapping, but super important. Recap a couple of things about the J-Flight before we go inside. Again, night and day difference between this and some of the other travel trailer manufacturers out there. It's got a plywood floor, much more durable. It's got a 2-year warranty, which most travel trailers out almost, I don't know of another one that has a 2-year warranty. The construction on it is top end. There's very few manufacturers out there that can build it like a Jayco. In fact, I would say none. 16 inches on center. We didn't talk about this too much, but you have double stacked headers over your door and over your slide outs, which is a really big deal. And of course, we mentioned the 10-inch outriggers on the frame. The little things like the interior, the height of the door, the width of the door, the width of your steps. All these things make for just part of the reason why the Jayco travel trailer is the #1 selling travel trailer in the country. So my recommendation is to really look at these things when you're shopping and say, okay, do these other manufacturers have this, yes or no? Come on in and I'll show you a couple of great things on the inside. Okay, and just to go over a couple of features on the inside, which is equally as important as the outside. Again, I feel really privileged that I get to explain some of these features about the J-Flight travel trailer today. That it really is the #1 selling travel trailer in the country, and for obvious reasons. On the interior, one of the most important features is the fact that it has an 81-inch interior height. The ceiling height is about 3 or 4 inches taller than any other travel trailer out there. So almost nobody's using the 81-inch interior. It allows for a lot more storage, a lot more room in the bathroom, a lot more room in the bedroom area. Again, just a taller interior height is more of a residential type of feel. A couple of great things about the Jayco travel trailer, and I don't want to, I know I keep recapping, but again, I just want to remind you a few of the structural things. We use a plywood floor, so it's super durable. I mean, most travel trailers, if you did that, you could actually see the floor moving up and down because it's a wafer board, or this is actually plywood, so very durable. Again, the warranties are fantastic with the Jayco's 2-year bumper to bumper. But again, that 81-inch interior height is super important. Into our slide outs, you'll notice that there's just like expansive views in all Jayco travel trailers because they put the money into the little extra things like more windows. I mean, in this slide out alone, it has 1, 2, 3, 4 really big windows. And so when you're camping, these things make a big difference. So in fact, this particular model, which is the 33RLDS, is super popular. As you can see, there's a ton of living room space here. But once you add those extra windows and that extra little touch, it makes a big difference. So again, the interior features, the 81-inch interior height, we talked about the plywood floor, really big deal. The other thing I want to talk about with the Jayco is that, all the appliances, they use the highest end appliances you can get. It has a Norcold refrigerator. You can actually adjust the temperature setting on this refrigerator. It's a really big deal. And the standard refrigerator in Jayco J-Flight is a 6.3 cubic foot refrigerator. So it's about 0.3 cubic feet bigger than most any others out there. Again, super high-end fridge. And you can adjust the temperature setting. Big thing about all the Jaycos is that they're built by the Amish at the plant. Their plant is about 80% Amish, and that's actually a significant difference because the manufacturer is located in one of the largest Amish communities out in Indiana. So that's part of the reason for the Jayco success is that all of their soft goods, so to speak, are actually built by Jayco. For example, like this couch is actually built by Jayco. So it's more comfortable, it's more durable than others out there. They actually make their own stuff. So if you ever wanted to get this stuff replaced or repaired, it's actually rather easy to do. So again, because they're mostly built by the Amish, they actually make their own cabinets, upholstery, for the most part. I mean, there are a few things that they don't do, but a couple of things on the inside is to talk about is this is a really neat feature, and it's really hard. It's hard to explain because it's generally not something that's seen really easily. But what comes standard with the Jayco is a water heater bypass kit or a winterizing kit. And what that does is just makes it a lot easier when it comes wintertime and if there's a fall and you have to winterize your camper. This makes it a lot easier. This is actually attached to your water pump. What you do is you put that right into your gallon of antifreeze, hit your water pump switch, and it pumps it through all your lines rather than having to go around and dump it around down your sinks, down the toilet, all that stuff. This kind of leaves no room for errors, and it's standard on a Jayco trailer, and I don't know of any others that have that. Again, this is part of the reason why the Jayco is the #1 selling trailer in the country. So, water heater bypass kit, or winterizing kit, as they call it, is awesome option. The drawers on a Jayco is really something to take a good look at. They're full extension drawers with ball bearing drawer glides, and they're self-locking. What I mean by that, there's no pulling up and wrestling the door out. These are really good, high quality Amish put together drawers. So, and they're full extension, so they're really, 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 really durable. So, kind of a neat feature. Again, this is a great spot here to show what that 81-inch interior height does for you. It gives you more storage, and so Jayco puts a shelf in there. So you actually almost increase your storage by 50% or so, because, you know, without a shelf in here, this whole area for storage is just a waste. So that 81-inch interior height really does make a big difference. And in fact, there's even a little lip on there, so when you're traveling, you can still store stuff up here and it doesn't end up on the ground. So really, really cool feature. In addition to that 2-year warranty, one of the great things that Jayco does is that you know, they give you the 2-year warranty. So again, that's 1 year more than most manufacturers out there. And they also give you 1 year roadside assistance, which is a great feature too. So this is really cool. This is a great area. They started doing that this last year. It's Jayco's Command Center. All of your hookups, slide mechanisms, water heater switches, monitor panel, all in one area. In fact, actually, this is a great place to show that the hot water heater. This is where you, if you wanted to run it on electric, that hot water heater, you can just hit the switch. So you don't have to use your propane. Great feature. Also, great spot to put your cell phone. You just kind of put it here, and you have a 12-volt hookup, so you can charge your cell phone, have a place to put it. Very convenient. Into the bathroom here. Really, part of the Jayco, the big thing about the Jayco is its fit and finish. Everything in the Jayco is just put together really, really well. Some of their warranty claims are the lowest in the industry. This is why buying a Jayco is a really smart idea. Again, it's a 43, 44-year-old manufacturer owned by the same people who started it 44 years ago. So to buy a travel trailer from a family like that or a manufacturer like that is just an awesome thing. They're price competitive. People know our dealership as being super competitive price-wise. So if you know of a Jayco J-Flight floor plan that you really like, don't hesitate to call the store, get your best price, and put a deposit on one and get camping as soon as possible. But I think you'd be super, super happy with the Jayco. A couple of things in here in the bathroom. It's a foot flush toilet. So many of these toilets you actually have to flush from the back end here. There's like a switch type of thing on the back end. It's just not very clean to have your hands on the back of the toilet, really, so to speak. So this is a foot flush, really easy to use. It's porcelain, so it makes it really, really easy to clean. So a very high-end feature. In here, very unique feature. Almost no manufacturers are doing this anymore, but it's a good old wooden medicine cabinet. You know, a lot of them are using a plastic medicine cabinet, which they really just don't hold up after a while. Okay, in the bedroom, this is also an area where you'll see more of a residential feel, because again, it's an 81-inch interior height. Again, if you're going to be shopping for a travel trailer, it's important to really compare the differences. Find out if they actually have some of these things. Does the trailer you're looking at have a 2-year warranty? Does it have a plywood floor? Is it crafted by the Amish? Is it built by a good, honorable, old company? You know, does it have things like a gas electric hot water heater? Does it have Goodyear tires? You know, all these things that we talk about are just not generally aren't seen in a travel trailer. So to have the Jayco J-Flight being the #1 travel trailer for 9 years is super, super important. A couple little things here you can see. It'd probably be hard to see, but our air conditioning ducts, which is a great feature. I just wanted to point this out to you, is that they you know, they're actually closable. So if somebody in the living room was cold and somebody in here was warm, these are easy to open and close, which is a great feature. So also all of the Jayco travel trailers are going to use a lot of storage underneath their bed, and they also put these gas struts on the to lift the bed, so you don't have to hold this up with your elbow or your shoulder rather. So they do put gas struts on it. Even this is plywood underneath here, just like the floor. The flooring is going to be made out of the same material here. It's plywood. Most travel trailer manufacturers, when you lift up the bed, you have to hold it up. It doesn't have gas struts, and they have a particle board bottom. So that's really all I'd say. Most important thing is if you see a Jayco J-Flight floor plan you like, give us a call at the dealership. We're happy to give you our best price right over the phone. Again, when you're shopping for a travel trailer, it's important. You have the choice either to buy things that have these types of things or buy one that doesn't. The Jayco's super well priced, great for resale value. People know that they've always built really, really high-end travel trailers. Again, some of the differences you'll see: plywood floor, the 2-year warranty, which is great. We didn't talk about this, but the Jayco is the only full-line green certified RV manufacturer out there. What that means is that they employ the highest standards when it comes to using environmentally friendly practices. So not only with recycling, but with the quality of the products that they use. So again, the only full-line green certified manufacturer out there. Very important and very safe. Again, if you have any questions, I'd be happy to help with the dealership, but what an awesome choice. The Jayco travel trailer is extremely well built. They come with a ton of options, and as I said 100 times, it's the #1 selling travel trailer in the country for 9 years running. Thank you.